Hello everyone, this is Valhalla Gaming TV. Welcome to another playthrough of Call of Cthulhu. This is part 4 of the playthrough. Let's see what we're doing now.
Is the bookseller.
We're in a bookstore, looking for a bookseller.
Another volume of the Reverend's wife's diary.
Alright, the pastor declares himself to be the prophet. He renounced God and worshipped a strange pagan entity with a monstrous appearance. His wife tried to reason with her husband, but in vain. He was convinced that he must listen to this voice in his head because it holds the truth. The truth. But it was his truth. What's this?
Freud's The Interpretation of Dreams. It's the work that laid the foundations of psychoanalysis at the beginning of this century.
This practical work, written by Sigmund Freud for psychologists, described the techniques of analytical interpretation of dreams. The analysis must follow several rules, especially that of free association, a principle announced by Freud at the end of the 19th century. It treats dreams as a way of revealing buried desires. I can not believe that this theory is applicable to my nightmares. Ooh, I got more medicine for that one. I learned about that guy in college a little bit in my psychology class. History of Darkwater, Volume 2. A Puritan colony led by Reverend John Wickwood settled on the island during the 17th century. They named the island Darkwater because of the dark shades of the sea. They believe it was because of the peculiar color of the rocks surrounding the island. They erected the first building, among which were the Hawkins Manor, the church, and the cemetery. The rare documents and handwritten notes they left spoke of nightmares and deviant behaviors. They disappeared at the beginning of the 18th century. Whenever someone finds an island, there's always deviant behaviors and cult worship. See what's in here. Guy's looking at some anatomy. What's that? The Holy Grail. Finally found it. Another Darkwater history volume. In the 19th century, as the American whaling industry reached its peak in the rest of the world, whales gradually disappeared from the waters surrounding Darkwater. This phenomenon appears even more mysterious because, up till then, the region was a favored refuge for cetacean. I am saying that wrong. In 1847, after months of pursuit, Sile returns to the port with a gigantic creature on board. Its crew asserts that the sea monsters had eaten all the disappeared whales. After a night of ferocious combat, the survivors managed to drag the beast onto the whaling ship. I got more oil. Lots of oil for the lamp. That looks better. Got a scroll. Looks like a blimp. Like a flying machine of some sort.
What happened here?
Got ourselves a painting. Some dead rats.
Let's start over. Where did they break in from?
Oh, and put me all the way back here.
Blood. Seems like amateur work.
Yeah, the guy didn't even cover up his hand.
Someone tall left this footprint. A man, probably.
He's assuming the man's tall because he's got big feet.
No sign of struggle. If the burglar smashed this jar, it wasn't intentionally. Was he hurt then?
Probably cut his hand bad from putting it through the window. Alright, not this way. back in here. There we go. That was a bunch.
What sort of thief leaves his tools at the crime scene? What killed all these animals? What happened that made the burglar flee before finishing his work?
There's that star with the eye in it. Uh-oh.
What the... Charles Hawkins? What's happening to Hawkins?
What the heck's going on?
What sort of power did Sarah Hawkins' painting possess? Sarah Hawkins helped hide something in this safe.
The demon book.
Drake put in a great deal of effort to hide whatever is in here. Everything is linked to the Sarah Hawkins case.
There's more to Sarah than we think on here. Maybe she's not as much of a victim as I thought she was. What's this?
Drake left instructions on how to find the combination of his safe.
Oh, we got another puzzle. A page seems to be hidden here. It is possible to read. If somebody finds these memoirs, there will be no doubt that I am in serious trouble. My last and only hope is that my body and bones are still in this plane of reality in order that they be recovered and burned. The funeral urn must be given to my dear mother if she is still of this world. The following message is of capital importance. Whoever reads these lines and demonstrates acuity as sharp as mine and hope to gain access to my most precious possession, it lies within my safe, and the clues to the combination are to be found in 3 cylinders, each hidden where life and study combine in the Greek world. Each cylinder is numbered, even if, as the celebrated author says, order is the pleasure of reason, but disorder is the delight of imagination. Indeed, despite my preference for organized chaos, I must admit that the reason usually prevails in the end. If by chance a person, or should I say genius, was to match my intellect and find the combination of the safe, I would ask that they deliver its content into the safekeeping of my friend and colleague, Professor Armitage of the Miskatonic University. The content of this safe is not only a vast digest of knowledge, but also a weapon that is far too dangerous for it to fall into the wrong hands. I hope that you will be able to appreciate the danger that this represents, and that you will act accordingly. In any event, I will neither be there to guide you nor to suffer from your actions. Okay, so 3 cylinders. What's this?
What a strange amulet. I have a feeling I'd better not touch it.
You definitely should touch it. The strange amulet, the pendant, is in the shape of a large dog. I don't know what it represents. I might find out more by searching the bookstore. The Hound. What's my occultism at? 65%. We're almost at level 4. Okay. So it looks like we're looking for some cylinders.
What link did he find between Charles Hawkins and an old amulet?
This key that bears the Elder Sign is the only one able to protect your psyche. The Elder Sign, ooh. So that's the star with the eye in it. It is in the form of a cylindrical medallion hanging at the end of a heavy chain. Hundreds of years ago, the star and the branch, whose purpose is to push back the forces of the great old ones, were engraved at its center. Everything points to it being Charles Hawkins that tore it from its last owner, an Egyptian antique dealer. In press cutting that mention the misdemeanor. In press cuttings that mention the misdemeanor, the date of the robbery coincides with the last of Hawkins' trips to the Cairo. It remains to be seen whether he knows of the true purpose of the artifact. Try to find it. Interesting.
Is everyone on this island taking sleeping pills?
They must be taking it so they can talk in their dreams. See the dream people. Also known as fish people. Handbook of Anatomy and Dissection. More medicine. The combination is there. I gotta go find cylinders. Time to look around.
Arkham editions. Never heard of them.
Arkham Anthology Volume 1, Ora Linda, an ancient Frisian manuscript translated by William R. Sandbach. The text claims that in the distant past, Europe and other continents were controlled by mothers of this people, and moreover that our alphabet is derived from the Frisian language. This volume is part of the Arkham Anthology, a luxurious collection of treatises and works on the esotericism and the supernatural.
How many volumes are there in this collection?
Oh, where's volume 2?
Another volume by Arkham Editions.
That's 6.
Arkham Editions. Never heard of them. How many volumes are there in this collection?
Quite a bit.
Another volume
There's
by
2.
Arkham Editions.
Written by Hermes Trismegistus, translated and edited by Nathaniel M. Kopolis. This collection of texts are different beliefs was written by a legendary philosopher. It includes a translation of the Emerald Tablet, a popular text among the 16th century alchemists. The volume is part of the Arkham Anthology. Interesting.
Arkham Editions. Never heard of them.
Well, you have now. Wait a minute. Okay, so those all have different Roman numerals on them. Why is there so many available here? You mentioned something about... Number 5's up there, but it doesn't seem like I can actually reach it. Yeah. He said something about scrolls. He said something about cylinders. So, let's see. What's in here? More oil. So far, I'm pretty sure those books have something to do with the combination in the safe. I'm not seeing anything else yet.
The Book of Zion is the foundational work behind Helena Blavatsky's Theosophical movement. Its followers place truth on the same footing as a religion.
Wow. More occultism. Oh, what's this?
Cylinders that Drake tried to hide. I should perhaps listen to them.
More medicine. Uh-oh. Another one of those books. I will read it.
What does this strange book contain? This book contains unholy knowledge.
This collection catalogs the classified creatures that I had never heard of. Divinities from the stars. Creatures capable of traveling from one dimension to another. It presents itself as the reference work on the bestiaries of the myth. Without giving details on the mythology to which it refers, its pages are covered with phantasmagorical illustrations. That's a big word. Okay, so I got the cylinders. Now where can I play it? Medicine. New achievement. Yeah. Find occult items. Okay, where is one of those? There it is. Cylinder 1.
And these red drops, like precious stones, lie fixed, set in divine gold. To be the guardian of the Grail does not protect me from its attractions, Henry. And I do confess it. I am willing to pay to know its secrets.
Guardians of the Grail.
I finally understood that we were only pieces on the chessboard of the gods. Let those of us who are still standing protect our White Queen from their dark soldiers. I see our number dwindling, and my will strengthens as my apprehension grows. We shall refuse to be the playthings of destiny.
So far, what this guy's referring to I seen the Grell, and I seen a chessboard with a white queen, I would imagine is what he's referring to. What's this one going to refer to?
Dear friend, I thank you again for the anthology of the works of Arkham editions that you sent me.
Mm-hmm.
Volume 9, Azathoth and Other Horrors, seemed particularly relevant to my research. I never tire of browsing through them.
Volume 9. That would be IX. And then we got this.
The Queen has little protection.
Okay. The Queen's there.
The Queen has little protection.
Not exactly how I would make that into a number. Unless that's a 3. Like the 3, no, there's 2 there. Come back to that.
The Chalice of Knowledge.
This goblet seems to be very ancient. It seems to be made of gold and decorated with real precious stones. Do the rubies and sapphires make up a specific motif? Let's see. Seems to repeat itself. Rubies and sapphires. Rubies are the red ones and the sapphires should be the blue. So confused on that one. Maybe I'll count all of them or something. And then we need volume 9 it's looking for. That's 5, 6, 7, 4. There's 9.
What did Drake say about this collection?
A collection of poems by Edward Pickman Derby, also known as the Nightmare Lyric. This collection of poems was sensational, received with the first published in 1908. Derby was only 18 years old. Volume is part of the Arkham anthology. Okay. So, 18 years old. I imagine number 3. So there's just numbers here. Change lock. Okay, maybe this is 9. The chessboard. Maybe it's 3. I'm spitballing here, I'm not sure. And then there was 1 ruby. Give me that. No. Oh, okay. The star's flashing. I thought it was changing. Okay, I'm pretty sure the last one's 9, so let's figure out what the chessboard and the other one is. I'm gonna have to go listen to those again. Number 1.
And these red drops, like precious stones, lie fixed, set in divine gold. To be the guardian of the Grail does not protect me from its attractions, Henry. And I do confess it. I am willing to pay to know its secrets.
So the red stones.
The Chalice of Knowledge.
There is a crack in the cup as well, and maybe that's a point of reference. So I can count the number of red stones. So there's 1. Or maybe that's something else. Oh, well, we'll just go with that for now. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so that's 5. Go put that on there. That's for number 1. And rotate. 5. I got it. Yeah. I have the intellect of a genius. What do you see? Uh-oh. That can't be good. And I think I got teleported somewhere. In the nameless bookstore, Pierce traced the trail and attempted burglary. He discovered that Charles Hawkins was behind the attempt. Pierce opened the bookseller's safe to find what the latter and Sarah Hawkins had hidden there. A book covered in human skin lied inside, irresistibly attracted the detective. When he opened it, his mind was projected into another body. What? It was the Necronomicon.
Dr. Colden, this man's condition is deteriorating.
What says Dr. Fuller? It's his patient, after all.
He's busy with Captain Fitzroy. He specifically asked us not to bother him when that's the case.
Am I the lady?
Oh, of course. I'll see what I can do.
I am.
Mr. Blake, can you hear me? I'm Dr. Colden. We'll take care of you.
There's nothing we can do. I tried talking to him. He's catatonic.
Regarding the patient, examine the patient. He has been drugged. I'm not going to call Dr. Fuller because they'd probably freaking do an experiment on him. Examine the patient.
Very well. I'll examine him. His skin shows abnormal loss of color and seems dried out. He's totally dehydrated. His fingertips and toes seem to feature a slight ring under the skin. Tender at the touch. Slightly sticky.
Man needs water.
30-year-old subject. Severe hypothermia. Erythematous papules around the eyes and eardrums. Necrosed palpebral tissue. Lord, this smell.
So he's rotting and he's frozen.
Severe malnutrition. Swollen abdomen with traces of petechia. Doesn't seem like an edema. Slight protuberances seem to indicate the presence of a foreign body.
Uh-oh.
So, Doctor, an opinion?
I'm not sure I have the necessary knowledge to treat this man.
Don't say that. You're our most worthy doctor after Dr. Fuller.
Some of his symptoms are beyond my comprehension.
What did you find?
He has something in his belly. State of his limbs is worrisome. Yes, he's dehydrated. Let's go with the dehydrated part first.
I see signs of hypodermoclysis, but he's still dehydrated. When was his last IV?
He's constantly under perfusion. I've even gone beyond the recommended dose to no avail. And you won't believe me, but when we bathed him earlier...
He seemed to feel better?
Yes. Like he needs an aquarium, not a perfusion. But that doesn't explain his condition.
Oh my god, this is like X-Men. He's a fish, man. State of his limbs is worrisome. Something in his belly.
Did you examine his abdomen? It would seem there's something inside.
He hasn't eaten in days. Are you certain it's not an edema?
No. Can't you recognize an edema? Pushing with your finger won't leave a trace. And look at these bumps.
It's not like he could be pregnant.
Whatever it is, this man has something inside him that shouldn't be there. We should operate on him at once.
Dr. Fuller said not to worry, that the edema would go away by itself.
You know, I'm not sure Dr. Fuller is telling the truth.
Uh-oh. He's got a fish man in him.
In spite of the muscle contractions, his arms seem limp.
Yes. They can't have decalcified, not at this rate.
And yet, if there is a bone in this arm, it's softer than that of a newborn baby. What about his cranium?
It's soft at the touch. It does seem like the skull of a baby.
Look at these sticky rings growing at his fingertips. What can be happening?
I'm sure you'll find an explanation. You have to.
He's mutating into a fish man.
I almost don't believe it myself, but these symptoms are not those usually associated with the human species.
What do you mean? Don't tell me you believe in extraterrestrials.
No. This poor man is from our world, all right. But his body is undergoing unnatural mutations, and this transformation is killing him. His body simply can't cope.
Where could he have gotten such an infection?
I pray that it's not here.
Dr. Colden, may I know what you're doing to my patient?
What I'm doing? How about what you've done to him?
Let us calm down, my dear Marie. I don't appreciate your tone, nor your insinuations. I've done to him what I do to all my patients. Provide him with the best available care.
Glasses.
Your imagination is without limit. It's your homemade drug again, is it not? Those people are not your guinea pigs.
There, there. What have you seen to put you in such a state?
These symptoms are worrisome. I've never seen anything like this. You're turning him into a monster. Go with the worrisome symptoms.
These are alarming symptoms. If we don't act, he'll die.
Do you believe that? I'm not as convinced, you see. I even think this man has a strong chance of completely healing from his ailments.
No, Doctor. This patient isn't himself anymore. He's dying.
Really? What do you mean by isn't himself?
He's changing. His physical characteristics, they are more animal than human now.
Fascinating. An animal, you say? Could you be more precise? Cephalopod, perhaps?
This amuses you.
Your reaction does. I know your thirst for knowledge, Doctor. It's your innocent worries for this man that have you overreacting.
For this man, and the others whose medical files you've been hiding.
I have to protect my discovery. These people owe me their life, but the world isn't ready yet. It will be, in time.
I will not let you do this.
You disappoint me,
That's the
Marie,
worst thing you can say.
but I still have hope you'll one day share my point of view. In the meantime, take care of your own patients and try not to forget who you're dealing with.
Yeah,
Was that a
always tell
threat?
him that.
What did he mean?
It was a warning. Dr. Fuller is this institution's founder and one of our profession's most influential voices. My word is of no weight against his. If I continue to protest, I will only ruin my reputation and career.
It's scandalous. Can't we do anything? Is there no evidence of his crimes?
Hidden files are proof. Nobody mentioned crimes for now. Stay out of this. I gotta find hidden files. Need evidence.
That evidence exists. I'm sure of it. I need to find the missing medical files.
And where would you find those? In his office. What if you get caught?
I'd rather not think about that. I'm counting on your discretion.
Of course, Doctor. You can count on me. I'll keep Mum.
I'll keep mum. That means silent?
An unknown medicine. Judging by the other ones, it causes heavy side effects.
I guess I gotta sneak into the guy's office. Find some evidence against him. He's turning people into fish.
Chronic insomnia. Like half the island.
Where is Fuller's office?
Doctor, please. My chest. Oh.
His perfusion of a semi-physiological solution doesn't seem to work. He's undergoing a ventricular fibrillation. Nurse? Deborah, come and help me, please. His potassium level is too high. Replace it with 2% glucose solution with insulin, calcium, and sodium bicarbonate.
I'll tend to it right away.
Thank you. He's in your hands.
She's good. He is good.
Hay fever. What's he doing here?
You get a cold, then you end up in Dr. Fuller's hands.
He broke his back in an accident down by the docks.
Ah, the whaling station. What's wrong with me?
What are you talking about?
Doctor, that you?
Yes, it's Dr. Colden. Tell me what happened.
It's the old whaling station. See?
What happened there? The bootleggers. You tell me about it another time. Let's see what happened.
What did you see there?
Nothing. Nothing at all. The floor was all rotten and I fell straight through.
And that's how you broke your back?
Perhaps. No idea. Passed out.
That would suck.
Why did nobody tell me about her admission?
The file describes the state in which Irene Sanders entered the Riverside Institute, as well as the treatments administered to her. Fuller added a handwritten note. He recommends to take her down to the psychiatric wing in order to provide her with the quiet and rest that she needs. Of course he does. Oh wait, Irene. Oh, that's that lady that lost her husband.
Mrs. Sanders?
Uh-oh. Guess she's gonna end up just like her husband. Not if I can put a stop to it. What's in here?
What is the boiler room key doing here?
Can I grab it?
The key to the boiler room. Not where I expected to find it.
Won't let me grab it.
The key to the boiler room.
Okay.
Not where I expected to find it.
Just gonna talk about it, not do nothing with it? Okay.
Intoxication from breathing organic vapors.
Probably from that gas down in the boiler room.
Another insomniac. I should find the cause for such a widespread trouble.
Nobody can sleep in this place.
Dr. Colden, here you are at last. This patient was again brought up to the psychiatric wing. We've been following the treatment you prescribed, but the dysgeusia persists and he's lost a great deal of weight. We haven't been able to move him. The stress makes him hyperallergic.
Sir, I am going to examine you. Do you understand? Inject him with a dose of pentobarbital, intramuscular, so that I can conduct the clinical examination. He bit his lips so much, they're still bleeding. White froth, evidently because of such drooling.
Interesting. Where am I supposed to look now? Won't let me move. Oh, there it is. His hands.
His binds left bloody wounds.
So, Doctor, what should we do with this patient?
Keep taking care of his wounds. I don't know what more we can do. This patient has been mistreated. I'll agree.
Those basement brutes tied him up too tight and now he's hurt.
I keep trying to heal his wounds, but he reopens them.
Do you have a diploma as a nurse?
Excuse me?
So take care of this man.
Oh, savage. Excuse me. You're excused back to your job. These people do.
Gentlemen, may I help you?
We're waiting on news regarding our mother, Maureen Harding. She came in with a kidney problem, but we haven't heard anything since.
I'm sorry. Dr. Fuller is a very busy man.
Well, is there anyone else who can tell us what's going on?
She's our only family, you know? And we can't even see her medical file.
Let's go look.
Don't worry. I'm aware our institution is not always welcoming, but your mother is in good hands. I'll tend to her myself, and keep you informed at once. Would that suit you?
Well, that sure sounds great to us, Doctor. Thank you.
But those are just words, so we're not budging.
Very well. At least I'll know where to find you.
Maureen Harding, he said. Is that any of these people? Imagine it's a lady. It's Irene. Guy. Another guy.
No, you're pulling my leg. I'm not joking. I saw the schedule. She's alone in the bathroom again. And she still says nothing to that old witch, Donovan?
Oh, listen to the way you talk, you naughty girl. And the answer is no. You can imagine that she doesn't dare say a thing. That silly goose lets herself be trodden on.
Oh well, at least we won't have to clean for a while.
And just wait and see the next time the water's cut off. It's a real show.
Drama of the office, huh?
Dr. Colden?
What's this? Storage room.
Watch out for the water, Doctor.
Oh, you stepped in it, man. Look in the storage room. Medicine. I guess that doesn't really upgrade me since I'm not me at the moment. Welcome to the kitchen.
Patients and hospital personnel eat the same food.
Interesting. We got no light source. See what's going on out here?
It's a quiet little town. Days go by, steady as ever. I wanted more for myself, but...
Okay.
Ethan,
Marie,
what are you doing here?
I'm waiting for my medication, of course. Why?
You already talked about that. You're a bad liar. Why didn't you come to me instead? I'll prescribe you something. I'm not a master medicine person. Or maybe she is.
Tell me your symptoms.
I have headaches. And I can't sleep.
Do you suffer from insomnia?
No. Look, I don't want you to laugh at me.
Ethan, if you don't trust me, then who?
I have nightmares. They keep me awake every night. It seems stupid, I know, but they're terrible.
Actually, you're not the only one.
No. No one has ever seen the things I see. It's like I'm turning mad.
Seems like an affliction.
So many people have this affliction. It's like an epidemic.
Do you think it might be related to Fuller's work?
I don't know yet, but I will figure all this out. Everyone in Darkwater is suffering from nightmares.
Really?
We don't have any medication left.
Oh, there's no excuse then. I should let you work.
Take care, Ethan.
You too, Marie.
Interesting.
I don't get why they have us waiting so long. Almost no patients here.
Where did my fiancée go? I hope those nutcases will stop burdening her with work.
Dr. Colden, do you want something? I think that you're needed in Block B, Doctor.
Block B. In here.
Dr. Colden, we need you at once in Dormitory B.
What's the situation?
What is the problem?
Mr. Evans seems to be having trouble with his IV.
I've done an exam. Deborah is looking after him.
And the family of Mrs. Harding is asking to see her medical file.
I'll never understand why it's so hard to see patients' files around here.
Rules are rules. See, with Dr. Fuller, he's in charge. Anyhow, they're still waiting, and I don't think they'll leave until they get what they want.
Understood. Anything else?
As a matter of fact, yes. A man has been brought up from the basement.
I saw him, yes. It's always the same thing. They bring them up, without any explanation, with a multitude of self-inflicted injuries. We take care of the wounds, and then they leave. Each time, I feel like I'm sending them back to hell.
Their affliction is not our responsibility. You cannot save everybody, Doctor.
What's this?
This man, Edward Pierce. His file is incomplete. What did Fuller do to him?
The file is strangely incomplete and the details on the treatment is not given. Does not respect the standard practice. That Fuller guy's got too much power.
In theory, this is where we hang the key to the boiler room. Dr. Fuller always keeps his key with him.
In the surgical ward. I took care of those other patients, but where's Harding lady? Or where's her file, at least? The storage room.
Sorry, but nobody can take anything until I finish the inventory. Please, the fewer interruptions there are, the faster I'll be finished.
Okay. Surgical ward. Must be where that guy is. Bowler's office. And this is the administration. Would I be able to find a file in here?
I have little time for you, Doctor. You'll find out that it's not only the doctors who have things to do.
Uh-huh. Everybody around here is an ass. Medical book. Can't find that lady's file anywhere. Like there's a vent there, might be able to use that later. Okay, let's go into the surgical area. After we look over here.
Wait a minute. Where do you think you're going?
Dr.
Colden.
Mrs. Donovan.
Nobody goes into Dr. Fuller's office. But rest assured, I'll tell him you came by.
That won't be necessary. Thank you.
I will tell him, nonetheless.
I gotta distract her somehow. Gotta find something to cause a distraction. Is the bath area?
Says it. She's a witch, an old hag. I didn't make this up. And I'm the one who pays. What a pest. It's so unfair.
Elizabeth? You all right? Why is this room in such a state?
Because, as always, I'm cleaning it by myself. And the water was once again shut off this morning. I had to bother Mrs. Donovan again, giving her a new excuse to belittle me.
Why go through her? Hang in there.
Do you really need Mrs. Donovan to open a valve? Why not ask the janitor?
I can't make these decisions without her approval. Imagine if there were a leak. Anyhow, the boiler room is locked half the time. So every time the water gets shut off, I have to go and endure her reproach until she's settled the problem.
I see. Courage, Elizabeth.
Thank you, Doctor.
Okay, so I gotta go cut off the water supply and make her suffer so I can get in there. Sorry about that, lady. Sometimes things need to get done. Where's the boiler room?
The answers must be hidden in Fuller's office.
What's in here? That lady? No, this is where I started. Let's find that boiler room. Bathroom for the men.
Everybody says it. She's a witch, an old hag.
Pharmacy. Oh, here we go.
The door to the boiler room is locked. Where did I see that key? Ah, yes.
I gotta go back now.
The office in Block B.
Rather than grabbing it, now I gotta go back again. I think it's over here.
The key to the boiler room. All I have to do is shut off the water and hope Donovan takes the bait.
Off to the boiler room I go. Go put that poor lady in trouble. At the door. Quite the room. Put your muscles in it.
I can't shut this with my bare hands. I need a tool.
Where do I find a tool for this? Now I gotta figure that out. Who normally does the turning off of that? Aha. Alright. Found it. Holy crap.
I feel guilty about Elizabeth, but I need the diversion.
Where's Elizabeth at? You gonna figure it out?
It's temperamental, if I understand correctly.
Dr. Colden, might there be a problem with the water?
I was about to mention it. It seems it's been cut off yet again.
I can't take this, Marie. I feel I'm gonna burst.
It's not your fault if we have defective plumbing.
And yet, I'm the one who gets punished because I'm gonna have to square off with that annoying old witch. Courage, Elizabeth. Here we go. And hold your tongue this time.
Sorry about that, lady. Your feelings aren't as important as the lives I'm about to be saving.
Mrs. Donovan? I'm busy.
Here we go.
The last. The missing files must be hidden here.
But where?
Something is wrong with these masts. It's some sort of puzzle. I've unlocked something.
Patient files. Cylinder was hidden inside Fuller's office. He recorded his thoughts about one of the many psychoanalysis sessions he submitted. Sarah Hawkins.
Patient files. I was right.
Okay. Am I supposed to use this to listen?
Conclusions. Session number 17. Patient? Sarah Hawkins. The patient appears to have finally accepted the illusory nature of what she calls the mythos. It goes without saying that these peculiar delusions are the price that comes with her exceptional gifts.
Why why does Dr. Fuller write psychological reports about Sarah Hawkins?
At first, I presumed that her blood was the key.
Her
But I
blood,
found
huh?
nothing to explain Mrs. Hawkins' abilities.
So he was doing experiments on her.
The poor souls downstairs are not Fuller's only subjects.
Then James came, irate that Charles was keeping secrets from him. I presume that he will try to break into the basement sooner or later. I am prepared.
Hawkins, Fitzroy, and Fuller. What is the connection between these three?
It is fortunate that I had the presence of mind to set the morgue in the basement. When all the fuss about the Hawkins incident finally comes to an end, I will dispose of her belongings. In the meantime, they must remain hidden in plain sight.
This guy's got problems.
Of course. Sarah Hawkins is the connection.
And that's the shoe that came off when it was in the crime scene. Partly burned shoe, it seems it belonged to Sarah Hawkins. Oh, look at that.
I must go back to the basement.
How am I supposed to get back to the basement if it's locked?
I should go another way.
Yeah. Through the basement. Now it's unlocked. How convenient. See what we got. I was wondering what that sound was. It's me running. Tink, tink, tink. Holy blood. Somebody didn't have a good day getting off the elevator. Uh-oh.
Ah, now that's the Marie that I know. I knew I could count on your scientific curiosity. It's time to show you what you were so eager to discover.
Oh, no. That's not good. Am I supposed to go try to save her now?
If you're gonna shoot me, at least have the decency to look me in the eyes.
Turn around. Slowly. Talk, filthy thief! Or I swear I'll shoot!
It was Charles Hawkins. I've done nothing wrong. Charles Hawkins.
Take a minute to look around. Everything points to Charles Hawkins.
He's dead!
No. He was here for a very specific item.
Oh, no.
The book. Why was it in the safe?
Have you read it?
Answer the question.
How foolish of you. Now you won't be able to escape his will. What did it show you?
Let's see. Yeah, Marie Colden was there.
She went into Fuller's office. She was looking for Sarah Hawkins' corpse.
Sarah Hawkins, you say? Let's go back to the start, shall we? Whose life did the Necronomicon choose to show you?
Oh, it is the Necronomicon.
Dr. Colden. She was at the Riverside Institute. She's in danger. I have to go.
Wait! No one knows the occult better than me. You might need my help.
Sure.
All right. All right. I might need you after all.
Perfect. Let's meet later at the Hawkins mansion. Now go! Rescue the doctor!
Thank you, Drake.
Crazy. I gotta go back to the manor again. Riverside Institute. The book projected Pierce into the body of Dr. Colden. The detective watched helplessly as Bradley's friend carried out her inquiry. Confronted with the experiments of Fuller, he got into his office and discovered that the director of the Riverside Institute was hiding information on, if not the body of Sarah Hawkins, but she was discovered by Fuller. Pierce must save her before it's too late. Let's go. Gotta save the doctor.
I pray that Colden is really here and alive.
Find Dr. Colden. Oh, hey, this is Fuller's office. Investigate. Diary of the pastor's wife. Oh, the first one. Diary of Reverend Wykewood's wife, her husband. John built the first Hawkins home, called Hilltop, at the end of the 17th century. They were among the first white colonists of the island. Previous inhabitants disappeared mysteriously 3 centuries earlier.
An old diary.
Time to pull out the old lantern. Is this door unlocked now? Nope.
What the... Fuller, too.
Small bottle of sleeping pills probably used on patients. He's using them too.
Right. Enough time wasted. Colden needs me. I must find her.
Most trivial objects. They were all small blue bottles. Sweet. What's this? Uh-oh. I read all the other books, I might as well keep going. This will affect your destiny. This collection catalogs and classifies creatures that I've never heard of. Divinities from stars. It's all the same. Complete revelation. Read all books of unholy knowledge. Ooh. Uh-oh. My occultism's at 80%. I'm a scholar. Oh, I got 8 character points available. What have I been doing? Level 5. Let's see. Investigation, we want that up so we can lockpick better doors. And we got 3 more points. Where are we gonna throw that? Psychology. Yeah, we'll go with that. Okay. Alright. So this should be it for this episode. This was I think it was part 4. Yeah. Well, if you guys like this, these episodes of this game, Call of Cthulhu, I'm going to continue to go through it. I think we're almost done, it seems. If you guys enjoy the content, please support the channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Later.